Welcome to a world where investing in real estate could very well be your golden ticket to soaring net worth. Imagine the power of owning properties, leveraging rental income, and watching your financial horizon expand. We're diving deep into the realm of real estate investment, and trust me, by the time we've finished unpacking the ins and outs, you'll see why harnessing this investment strategy is a choice you won't want to miss in 2023. Are we on the brink of unlocking astonishing yearly returns? Stay tuned as we unravel the methods that could potentially elevate your net worth by a staggering 40% annually. It's simpler than you think to jump in, and the perpetual demand for living spaces makes it a field ripe for the picking. Let's cut to the chase and vision you unearth a property, pegged at a modest $100,000, which you're keen on renting out. In an ideal scenario, round up 3 friends, each contributing $300, throwing you into a comfortable $900 monthly rental figure. Of course, regional differences may apply, but these figures are not outlandish by any stretch. The journey begins with the bank to leverage, not exhaust your funds. With a favorable 80% loan offer from the bank, only a 20% down payment is needed. And hey, thanks to a fortunate inheritance, you're all set with $25,000 capital. Now, let's navigate through the math. An $80,000 loan at 6% interest over 30 years, plus 3% closing costs, results in a monthly mortgage repayment of roughly $480. Add in the predictable expenses like taxes, maintenance, and insurance pegged approximately at 1% each, and you have a clear outline of the yearly costs of homeownership. Tally these expenses against your rental income, and voila, you're profit positive from the get-go. It might seem modest, but the magic happens when you analyze the returns on your invested capital. With a 4% cash-on-cash return, you're already ahead of the curve. Keep in mind, rental rates historically increase over time, cutting a clear path to enhanced income, but here's where it gets phenomenal. Wealth awaits beyond income. Imagine, if you will, wealth as an iceberg where income is just the tip. The bulk remains hidden beneath, exactly like the holdings of Jeff Bezos and Amazon. Wealth cultivates from resources like property, not just liquid cash. Let's explore principal paydown, the act of your tenants gradually transferring the property into your name by simply paying the rent. Add this to your annual profit, and witness your net worth inflating by an inspiring 15.7% annually, a figure that puts most stock investments to shame. Now, for appreciation, that steady climb in value. The housing market is renowned for around 3.5% annually is the norm. If your $100,000 property adheres to this pattern, after 30 years, its worth could potentially climb to $280,000. Exclude the principal to reveal a pristine appreciation profit. This elevates your average yearly gain to such an extent, it can spike your ROI to a colossal 41.8%. Let's compound the scenario. Say you exploit this strategy yearly for 10 years, each time acquiring a property with consistent investment. Fast forward, and you could be staring down the barrel of a multi-millionaire status with a net worth of over $2.5 million. But it's not all about creating wealth, safeguarding it is paramount. Real estate comes armed with an arsenal of tax advantages, rendering it not just a wealth-building powerhouse but also a shield against hefty taxes. Still with me? Because we need to acknowledge the elephant in the room: the risks. Tenant disputes, natural disasters, maintenance emergencies. They're all speed bumps on the highway to your empire. However, understanding market dynamics and choosing your properties wisely could mean a double-digit ROI becomes your reality in this landscape. Achieving the fabled 41.8% may take time, but with enough dedication and savvy moves, it's a milestone within reach. So, in essence, whether you're nurturing a warrior's mindset or channeling your inner financial maverick, the road through real estate is laden with promise. By sparing no detail and being vigilant on your investment pathway, who knows the wealth that awaits you? The foundations are laid, the tools at your disposal. The question lingers: will you carve out a prosperous future with real estate? Don't forget, if this video has turned the gears in your mind, sculpting a fresh perspective on your financial strategy, consider expressing your appreciation. Your monetary insights are mere clicks away in the video description. Before we part ways, I leave you with this call to action: share your takeaway. Which strategy are you most likely to implement first? Comment below and let's discuss the tapestry of wealth that real estate holds. If you found yourself on the edge of your seat, pondering the potential within your grasp, take a moment to hit subscribe, like, and ring that bell. You're on the path to unlocking financial astuteness that'll serve you for a lifetime. Greetings, ambitious go-getters. Today, we're diving into a powerful routine that could be an absolute game changer for your productivity and overall mental well-being. And this isn't about bombarding you with a bunch of tired facts. No, we're going straight to the cerebral core. Deep within the recesses of our minds, where thoughts and feelings intertwine, there's an ancient gauge at play that's evolved over eons. A gauge that exists not just in us humans, but in creatures as diverse as fish and birds. Picture this: hundreds of birds placed together. Each bird's inner gauge kicks into high gear, judging where it stands among the rest. Am I the alpha here, or am I at the bottom? This constant judgment, my friends, is part of what's known as the dominance hierarchy, the virtual pecking order that determines where we fit in the grand scheme of society's intricate pyramid. Believe it or not, this fixation on our social ranking isn't just some old-world trait we can brush off. It directly influences our survival instincts. Imagine strolling into a spot where you're the least dominant and completely misreading the room. That could spell trouble with a capital T. That's why our brains are constantly on the lookout, picking up on all manner of signals and social cues to figure out our place on this pyramid. Now, let's chat about how life feels at different rungs of this hierarchy. Sitting at the pinnacle equals a royal flush of advantages: health, power, access to the best resources, and being relatively free from the drudgery and danger of those below. Contrast this with the base, where it's a daily scrabble for the leftovers, battling for survival in a world that's often unforgiving. The key player in all of this is the neurochemical serotonin. If you're perched at the apex of this pyramid, your brain's serotonin levels soar, amping up your confidence and bathing you in a feel-good glow. But the lower you go, the tighter the grip on your serotonin release becomes, leaving you strung up with anxiety, feeling low, and weathering a storm of stress. Now, who wouldn't choose the high life over a fraught existence consumed by worry? The solution to inch closer to the top might be simpler than you think: consistency. What I mean is, by regularizing seemingly mundane things like when you wake up and when you eat, you're sending a beacon of stability to your brain. Think of a well-oiled routine as a calming balm for your psyche, freeing your mind to focus on more pressing matters instead of fretting over daily uncertainties. Habits bring predictability, and as your life gets more structured, your inner gauge responds, bumping you up the ranks, leading to an increase in those sweet serotonin boosts. And that, my friends, leads to less anxiousness and a brighter disposition. So, the take-home message is crystal clear. Start by rooting your daily wake-up and mealtimes in regularity. But remember, this is just scratching the surface. To empower you further, we'll explore more methods to ascend this social pyramid in future discussions. And while I have your attention, allow me to share a moment of gratitude. If you've savored the insights in today's session, consider supporting the channel. Your contribution, however big or small, can be made through a link in the description, reflective of the value you've gained. Now, before we wrap up, one final investigation to ponder. What action from today's discourse will you fold into the fabric of your routine to better your existence? Remember, fellow Pathfinders, subscribing, liking, and hitting that notification bell can be your stepping stone to unlocking the secrets and strategies we'll continue to unveil. Here's to your ascension on life's grand hierarchy. Until next time.